Hey, welcome to Fun in the Garden with Sicilian Prince here. Today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know to grow delicious blueberries. Blueberries are awesome, full of antioxidants and all kinds of stuff that's really good for you. But they could be a challenge to grow. So, you're going to learn from my mistakes in the past and my successes in the recent past. So, here we go. What you need to grow blueberries really well is an acidic soil, multiple varieties of blueberries, and protection from the birds that will eat all of your blueberries. Now in the past I've tried to grow blueberries in the ground and didn't have a whole lot of success. And a few years ago I did a bit of research and I found out that blueberries require a very acidic soil. And the acidity is hard to maintain when you plant the blueberry plants in the ground. However, it's a lot easier to maintain when you plant them in pots. So I get these whiskey barrel type pots and I use those to plant my blueberries. And since I've been doing that the past few years, I've had a tremendous amount of success. But exactly how do you make an acidic growing medium for this, a growing soil? Well, you take things that are acidic and mix them together, and what I've done here is I've used peat moss, pine mulch, and I'll get an organic soil acidifier and a fertilizer for acid-loving plants. Now this fertilizer may be marketed as fertilizer for azaleas and things like holly, and I tend to like to get organic fertilizer. So what I will do is I'll grab all of these things and mix them together, and I will put them in my whiskey barrel, which I'm sure has a good amount of holes that I drill in the bottom to have good drainage. I'll put a piece of landscape cloth that has holes and mesh in it on the bottom and fill it up with that soil that I've made myself out of these ingredients. The next thing you want to do is make sure you plant multiple varieties of these blueberry plants. Cross-pollination between multiple varieties will ensure a much larger crop. And another reason for that is you might want to have multiple varieties that come ripe at different times so that you have an extended harvest. And of course, the last and one of the most important things is protecting your blueberries from the birds eating all of your blueberries. They'll eat every single last one of them, even the green ones that aren't even ripe. And you don't want to drape the bird netting over the top of the blueberry plants, and that'll just pull off the blueberries and the birds will get them anyway. And you know, from time to time, drastic times call for drastic measures. Like last year, chasing the starlings around with a badminton racket across the whole backyard. Good times. So let's get started. Blueberries. I grow blueberries in pots. And the reason for that is one of the things that I've learned is that blueberries require a much more acidic soil. And it's much easier to make an acidic soil or maintain an acidic soil in some pots. So I have a couple of very large planters here and a bunch of blueberries. Now you can see all the blueberries that I have, and some of them are even starting to turn blue, which will mean pretty soon I'm going to have a whole lot of blueberries, which I'm very excited about. Now, last year when I did this, as soon as the blueberries started coming, a bunch of birds came and ate up all the blueberries. So I put some bird netting over the whole thing, and the birds got stuck underneath the bird netting all the time and ate the blueberries anyway. Also, draping the bird netting on top would the berries would stick through the netting and the birds would eat them, or when you go to pull the netting off so that you could pick them, the berries fall off on the ground anyway, even the ones that aren't ripe. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be building a cage out of PVC pipe, and I've already started building it. I've got these pieces here, these corners that have 3 connections to it. These pieces of pipe that are 5 feet each one. And I'm basically building the square box. I'm not gluing anything, I'm just slamming it together. And once this box is finished, here's the other part right there. Once this box is finished, I'm going to use zip ties and tie up the bird netting to it and be able to lift it up and put it over my blueberries that are in the pots. And one of the reasons I also put the blueberries so close together is because I have multiple different types of blueberries. And one of the things I've also learned is that in order to get a lot of blueberries, you need to have multiple different types so that they cross-pollinate. So with that all said, I am in the process of building a blueberry cage to keep the birds out. Alright, I'll be back in a second with the pieces put together. Alright, there we are. That's a square, right? Giant cube. And that is big enough to fit over my blueberries. So I just got to zip tie some netting to that. Now you hear those birds? They're saying, "Ooh, isn't he a nice guy?" Making a perch for us to sit on while we eat his blueberries. Little do they know. Little do those birds know. Little do they know that this is going to be a cage to cage in the blueberries and out the birds. Whoa. Stay tuned. Alright, here I am, putting the bird netting on. I'm using the zip ties. And basically the way I'm doing this is I'm doing one side, rolling the cube over, and doing the next side. And I've been putting zip ties on the corners like that. And I do a couple of them across. What I first do is the centers, and then I'm going to be doing like another one on this side and another one like over here between the corners. Pull it tight. So far I have 2 surfaces done. Put a couple more zip ties on this side, and when I get 3 surfaces done across the top, then I'm going to do the 2 ends to leave the bottom open, because yes, that's something that I might do by accident, is do the whole thing and then I can't get the blueberries inside, but you know, whatever. But that's what we're going to do. Alright, be right back. Alright, here we are. One more side to go. I've been rolling this thing over, and about 500 million zip ties later, I am down to doing my last side. Inside the box, you can see the netting all the way around. There's a hole over here I'm going to need to patch. Wow, look at that. But outside of that, we should be good. Alright, cool. One more side. Alright, so there's my strawberry cage with bird netting all around it. What I decided to do for this one wall, which would be the front facing wall, I decided to, instead of zip tying it around the edge, instead of zip tying it there, I zip tied it at the top. And what I did is I took a wooden pole and I zip tied that side to the bottom. So if I want to get inside easily, instead of having to pick the whole box up, I could just pick up the pole, put it on top or someplace, get in, and when I'm finished, put it back down. Now, one of the things I am probably going to have to do and go out and get is a couple of Velcro fasteners for the side, so that birds can't get in the side. But other than that, I think I'm done. And what I'm going to do next is arrange my blueberries so that they are all kind of together. I mean, they're already kind of together, but I want to make sure that, like, things like that are sticking out or sticking in, and put the box around it and get that going. Alright, so it's starting to rain now, so I'm going to be going inside and taking this up a little bit later. Alright, so the rain let up. Here I am. The moment of truth. I got my blueberries all together, so they fit in this box nicely. I'm going to take my wooden pole, put that on the ground, and there we have it. Bird-proof blueberries. Bird-proof blueberries. What it took? It's probably about an hour or so to throw together. And a lot of zip ties, some bird netting, a wooden pole I had laying around, and a bunch of patience and desire to actually have blueberries to eat this year. That's it. I hope this was helpful to some of you, and I truly hope that this helps people like us, human beings, to enjoy our blueberries without having our gardens and hard work ravished by the birds in a way that there's none left for us. There's my blueberries. Alright. That's it. I really hope this was helpful for some of you. Can't wait to have some blueberries in just a few weeks. Alright, take care. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my video channel here on YouTube, and check out my blog at www.cooking-italian-recipes.com for great Italian recipes, tips on organic gardening, winemaking, and herbalism, and all other kind of fun stuff that I'm into. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, tell your friends. Take care.